and I hate this outfit. It's a whole shot. Can you please move? I'm trapped. I wish I had a mod where I could just barge him out. Move it, you fucking! He's so fat, but I can't even barge through. If I had my gun and you're allowed to use it on your teammate, it would be heaven for it. I'm trying to barge right through and see if you can stand like, you know, like this. I can get through.
Let's follow Jacob back to the station. Something about getting jumped makes me all itchy to lock him up.
Okay, will you move then? Oh. Where's the central place? Where is the police station? So get my partner moving like kill. I've done like 3 minutes of this. I might have a little trick, but I'm really not if I do this. Go on to gameplay. Wait, can I not just feel some? My music. So it's a dog. Can this? No! Oh. I've tried all the mods. That's just phone call. Even though they're not mods, I've tried all the methods. Please let me kill him. Move, you fat chump. I wasn't also, you might not recognize me. Just wait, everyone, keep watching my hair. It will actually grow over time. See that park? And now look how she actually. Can you please, Mom? What? Actually, no. It's because you can actually trick your partner in a true man. So there. So you can match each other.
18 seconds.
Mendez could be our man. He could be at that, but you don't want to cross the skipper, Phelps. Not a great move in your first day. He wants Henry re-interviewed. How'd you like losing your chariot, rookie?
It might be my first day here, but I've had extensive experience on other desks in the department. I think you're aware of that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you've been a pain in the ass before today as well.
And I shall continue to be until the end of time.
That was the part. See that past the turns off. I turned that off for you. Look how stuff I've got my lights on. Look at this! Look at Los Angeles Hollywood Boulevard! In pursuit! It is all smashed and the car doesn't have any crash. The car should not. Local Boulevard, send them.
Any Central Unit, car 16 Adam reports a possible jumper at 8th and Hope. The Methodist Church unit to handle code 2 identified.
It's local LS Boulevard! Be aware that I'm skidding across the road and someone has put in some eyes. I'm not doing this. It's probably mine. Yeah, by the way, see whenever the car gets damaged, I believe my partners all the time. Because I'm at work and I don't remember, all that stuff. All my partners do say, oh, he smashed up the car. And I'm like, what are you talking about, you fat gimp? Car looks so fast. I'm pulling up here. It's going to be the last we see of this car. It's that good that the doors are so cool. Let's try this top speed. Not that slow, not that fast. Quite good, you know. Top sheriffs might be using this by now. Probably just own a cop car. So, not so, slow. And that, you know how I'm the head cop now? I don't want to drive any car anymore. I've been the head cop forever. Ship's got to make us. 10 minutes. car and hearing music.
We have a firm lead, Captain.
Are you questioning my judgment call, Phelps?
No, sir.
Good. I thought not. Jacob Henry is a sob-sister pushed around by his wife. I think with the right kind of persuasion, he might be prepared to seek absolution. Are you prepared to show him the error of his ways, young Phelps?
I don't think he's our man. Galloway agrees with me.
Don't drag me into this.
Rusty is a practical policeman. A bird in hand is always worth two in the bush. Let's liberate a confession from poor Jacob, and the public will sleep easier tonight. Run along now, Phelps. I've warmed him up nicely for you.
He ran the light on Olympic, and he finally collared him on temper.
Doesn't look good, Jacob. You're in a big jam here. You lie to me, and I can't help you out. Do you understand me?
Yes.
What do you do for work, Jacob?
I'm a mechanic. Engines, differentials, transmissions, that kind of stuff.
So you have access to tools.
Yes, I do.
Your wife was brutally beaten with a socket wrench handle, then stomped to death. How do you think that looks, Jacob?
I was home in bed.
Bad.
You were at home in bed while your wife was putting out to some stranger? What kind of man are you, Jacob, that you allow that?
You son of a bitch. You got no right talking about my wife like that.
You did it. Everything points to you. What does Tex mean, Jacob?
I don't know what you're talking about.
If you didn't kill her, then who did, Jacob?
I don't know.
Someone on his
I don't
watch.
like to think about it. I know she met other men. I know it. Maybe it was one of them.
Feel sad for Jacob.
Your marriage was over. You took her in and she threw it back in your face. You didn't go over there to hurt her. It just got out of hand.
It's not how it was.
Jacob, I think she pushed you around and slapped you about. You got to like it. Big guy like you and you're a fucking pushover.
Fuck you. I did my best to make it work.
I don't see any way out of this unless you give us something.
Phelps, you failed me, son.
We have another lead, Captain. This guy Mendez could be our man.
I hope so, Phelps. I really hope so. I'm deeply disturbed by your style of police work.
I got the jitters again.
We can still pull down a conviction for the skipper if we chase down this Mendez guy.
Now use the law. Proper. Crash it. Please go. Sana loob ng dalawang. Panahon mo ko minsan sa doon.
God, you're gonna kill us!
How am I going to kill us? But I'll get a bullet, put it for you, the chief, and everyone else who...
Alonzo Mendez. Sound like a man who moonlights as the werewolf?
Don't sound like a man I'd let my daughter anywhere near.
You've got a daughter.
Spend enough time drinking, Cole, you'll find yourself with any number of things you don't want when you're sober.
So that's why you never sober up.
Exactly.
like run yellows. Not range, but run that one. Nobody knows. I was thinking. Got cans and can just run into things. Screw that. Just pull up, you know, maybe go into my apartment. Not go a little look in my car.
Mendez, apartment 16.
Must be in the top floor. It's got to be 026.
Don't bother knocking, just kick the door in. Take a look around and see what you can find.
I'm the motivated civilian.
Brothers could match the color and brand of the body. Consistent with Celine's injuries, and the blood can be typed.
We have the murder weapon. Better get Pinker down here.
Why keep it? Why not throw it away?
Think these clowns are geniuses? Thank your stars you caught a break. Captain Don would begin to like you.
Hey, what gives?
LAPD, you're under arrest.
Do not lose that son of a bitch. I'll go get our wheels.
Mendez, stop right there. You don't need to do this, Alonzo.
He has no way of escaping it.
Get in and drive.
How about you?
Hit him, Cole. Spin him out.
We could try and circle him, get a unit, you know, to steal and
I got an idea. Get him next to my window, Cole. Keep me alongside his vehicle, and I'll stop this son of a bitch.
Could we not just use our guns first, and then use our car second, you fatty? Chris?
God damn it, get after him, Cole. Hit him! Clean this asshole off the road. I got an idea. Get him next to my window, Cole. Keep me alongside his vehicle, and I'll stop the son of a bitch. Hit him, Cole. Spin him out. You gotta get me closer! Keep it steady and I'll try to bust his tires!
His vehicle's just gone wrecked.
You're under arrest for the murder of Celine Henry.
Show me your hands.
I want to get my little police car back. And there's a belter.
I ain't saying a goddamn thing.
Will you just say that thing, please? Game on.
You did a grand job, lads. Phelps, that's quite a way to acquit yourself in your first outing as a homicide investigator. It seems the city has a new and vengeful guardian. Considering the evidence against your suspect and the thoroughness with which a report was compiled, I foresee a safe passage through the courts, and the DA agrees with me. Brutality on a scale such as this deserves retribution. The people and the press of this city demand.
Okay, there's a bit not bad money I have to go to, so okay. What's the next case? Catch someone's mothers. Oh, part 7.
This pain to cool the love you pump through my veins, 'cause I'm burning out for you.
Go Phelps. The golden butterfly. Let's see what happens in this one. So I'm gonna get out of the car. That part seems quite usual. Just outside of it. Okay, so we know what happened.
Galloway. Got it, Skipper. Yeah, I'll bring him. He's my partner, after all.
What have we got?
New case. White female dumped in plain sight in the grass at the end of Hill Street. Hacks are all over it. Captain's trying to fend them off.
That sounds awfully similar.
The first rule of police work is make no assumptions until you've seen the evidence. Skipper wants you to have your newspaper face on, college boy. I think I know the place where they found the lady. It overlooks Sunset Boulevard. Let's go.
That's Maka. If it opens the door says error.
I'm sorry, sir. Police officer, I need your car.
Colourful heart. Done something wrong.
You did a decent job on the Henry case, Phelps. Not bad for your first time at bat.
Thanks, Rusty.
But don't go getting ahead of yourself. That's one clearance under your belt. Now it's a new day with a new dead lady that needs our attention.
And no assumptions until we see the evidence, right?
Right. See, I knew you were a fast learner, Phelps. We might get along after all.
Watch it, will you?
I'm in the wrong side. I think I know wheel. The other side that has the stairs you can drive up. This car, I know I'm gonna. I could have went this way. I knew there was two reasons for that. Which is it actually?
Now, boys, you know as much as I do. I'll be holding a press conference once the autopsy's been completed. I have two of my finest investigators on the case, fresh from bringing down the sword of justice on the crazed sex...
Captain, aren't there similarities between this murder and the murder of Celine Henry? And of Elizabeth Short, for that matter?
So you don't believe there's a crazed sex killer at large preying on women?
Boys, be sensible. We have the greatest police force in all the world with the greatest scientific investigators at our disposal. How can any killer continue to be that? Be advised. We keep the gas chamber at San Quentin primed for the sons of Cain who continue to believe they can take the life of the city of angels.
Yeah, right. Any new leads in the Dahlia case?
Run along, boys, and let these officers get to work. We have God's work to do here, and it can't be delayed.
What do we have, Captain?
Another woman sacrificed. Speak to Carruthers. I want daily reports, gentlemen.
You all seem to be standing around. Shouldn't you be working?
Detective, I was first on scene.
You find her, Gonzalez?
Not me. Family out for a stroll. I was first reported.
Can you show me the body?
It's under the pepper tree, this way.
Paper trees. Chocolates.
You want
Someone
nice,
remote.
pretty
For
pictures
what?
for your case
Dahlia?
report? Sure you do.
I don't think
Leave
so.
me alone.
Celine Henry.
That's a closed case. This is probably another sad sack who lost his temper with a broad who wouldn't put out.
Are you a suspect, Rusty?
Watch your mouth, Phelps. All I'm saying is we got enough to do without reopening closed cases.
Talk me through it now.
Severely battered, on display. Footprints would indicate that she has been stomped. Size of the footprints would seem to indicate a smallish men's shoe. What size shoe did Mendez wear?
You finished?
No, I'm not. At a glance, I would say strangulation is the cause of death. I'll need to do further tests for semen.
Angry boyfriend. They were married, they'd be at home. Not humping out here in Lover's Lane.
You mind if I examine the body?
Be my guest.
Not right now. Only young bodies. Purse looks the same. Too much.
The motive was robbery. Why not take the money? Well, we have a name. Can you run Deirdre Muller by R&I?
Back in a second.
None of your business. Now keep leaving, then you should put it. Oh, Chris, let's just turn that. It's just disgusting. I'm sure my work here's done. Laura.
Another day, another month.
I'm quite sure I've seen the whole body. Oh no! It's the last clue. That's got to be it. That's one of them.
The stomping angle in the Henry case, was it reported in the press?
Sure was. Every detail a copycat would want was there in the story.
Look at your mark, it's very
Distinctive. I'll do some comparisons back at the lab and get back to you.
First level.
Looks like she was tied up.
It does at first, but that would leave a mark on her other wrist, too. I think her watch might have been torn off.
Is it on the longer?
What's this mark? Cut on a finger.
Fourth finger, left hand, a wedding or engagement ring, violently removed.
More to this body. It's arms.
Detective, R&I says that Deidre Mahler of 130 North Bonnie Bray was reported missing this morning by her husband, Hugo Mahler.
What'd I tell you? Let's grab the husband, take him downtown, and work him over. We can have this wrapped up by lunchtime.
What about not making assumptions and going on the evidence?
This is awful.
Show's over. Keep moving, all of you.
What to get any closer.
Interesting. Makes us look smart, yeah. What kind of thing?
You can drive. You're behind the wheel.
There still might be some play in the boyfriend angle.
I thought we were on our way to lock up the husband.
If he doesn't work out, that is.
Deirdre Muller has suffered enough. More than enough. You shouldn't make disparaging comments about her without even the slightest inkling of what she was like.
She was a woman, wasn't she? No, around about my third divorce, I realized women might not be the pure angels we imagine. You're married, ain't you, Phelps?
Don't make any insinuations about my wife.
Hey, she's a woman.
She's the mother of my children.
You're a father, Cole? Don't tell me your eye don't bend.
This conversation is over.
If we get this done by lunchtime, I swear, I'm going to be the best cop in the city.
Phelps and Galloway, LAPD. Is your father home?
He'll be home soon. He's been out looking for Mommy.
What's your name, miss?
Michelle Eloise Mahler?
Can we come in?
I suppose so.
Thank you. Could you have a seat for me, Michelle? We're gonna have a look around.
Is this about Mommy? Daddy is trying to find her. Please tell me she's okay.
I'm sorry to have to tell you this, Michelle, but your mother is dead. Do you think you could answer a few questions for us?
Try.
When did you last see your mother?
Yesterday afternoon. I went to a dance at Belmont High. Mommy was supposed to pick me up, but she didn't show.
So what did you do then?
I was upset. Daddy came instead.
And did he come and get you?
Of course. Some boys offered me a ride home, but that's not the right thing to do.
So you were hanging around the school for quite a while. What happened with your father?
I don't know. I called and finally he answered. He came straight away then.
Some of your mother's jewelry was missing. Can you describe her things?
A ring, a watch. I never paid much attention to that stuff.
I know it's painful, Michelle, but this may be important. She wore a wedding ring?
Mommy chose it herself. A rose gold wedding band and a matching diamond and ruby engagement ring.
She wore a watch?
Yes, a yellow gold Elgin watch. Daddy bought it for her birthday. At a fight. It was kind of a makeup present.
Your mom and dad are happily married?
What are you saying? Of course they are.
And Your mom and dad never got angry with each other? They were happy?
Well, not like the movies. Not like you read about in books.
They weren't happy, were they, Michelle? Did your father ever hit your mother?
Just the once. She said she would leave him if he ever did it again. I had her a brooch pin to make up for it. And he always wore her golden butterfly.
I know this is a tough time for you, Michelle, but you should really try and help the police.
Hey! What gives?
Daddy, the police
Go to your
are
room,
here.
please, Michelle. I'll talk to the police.
Daddy, Mommy is gone.
Go to your room, young lady. She's not even out of school. You can't come in here interrogating her like she's
Your
some
wife
kind
was
of...
found murdered this morning.
Found? What? But she only...
We have some questions that we would like to ask you.
Sure, yeah.
I just taught myself. It's watching shoes.
What size shoe do you wear, Mr. Mueller?
Why do you ask?
It's routine, sir. Simple process of elimination.
9s, I think.
Can't lie about shoe size.
You always wear size 9s?
Sometimes 10s. Depends on the brand. Foreign shoes have different sizes.
So you were here all night. You stayed in while your wife went out to pick up your daughter?
Yes, that's correct.
You didn't go anywhere?
No, I was here the whole time.
You phoned in a missing persons report this morning?
Yeah, that's right. My wife didn't come home last night. She left around 9:30. Michelle was out at dance. She called me to let me know that Deidre didn't turn up.
Can't believe that.
Was your wife unreliable?
No.
Your wife went to pick up Michelle?
Yes, that's right.
Where's the school?
Belmont, 2nd Street. There's a for the kids.
Your wife was beaten and then strangled. In your case, you have no alibi and a history of violence toward your wife.
That's not true, god damn it.
Give me an alternative, Hugo. Give me a reason why I shouldn't take you in for this.
My wife and I fought no more than any married couple. Sometimes it got rough. It was usually about money, okay? I'm tight. That's not a crime.
Getting hostile with us is a very bad idea, Hugo.
I'm no murderer.
Make some arrangements for your daughter, and then present yourself at Central Station for questioning.
You gotta be kidding me, Phelps. Put the cuffs on him.
This is an outrage. I didn't kill my wife.
This is the next one, Mueller, so I'm giving you a break. Check your mind. I'm looking for you.
Should go back in there and bust his ass.
1, we need to break his alibi. Check phone records, canvass the neighbors. 2, we need a motive of domestic violence. Probably in LA. 3, give no evidence.
Hello, detective.
Yes, ma'am.
I heard the terrible news over the radio.
And you can help us with our inquiries?
Yes, sir. They had a row last night. I heard Mrs. Mueller screaming.
Did you see Mrs. Mueller come home late last night at all?
No, not at all. I did see Mr. Mueller put something in the incinerator earlier this morning, though.
I told you he was our guy. Now let's get this bum downtown and into a cell.
Look, there he is now.
Step away from the incinerator. Don't let him get away.
Okay, but no shooting. We need this guy to make the case.
before our break.
This doesn't look good, Hugo.
I can explain the blood.
Get him booked in at Central, officer. Then put him in an interview room. We'll be speaking with him later. And inform the captain.
Yes, sir, Detective.
Is there someone you can call?
I don't want home, and
You need somewhere to stay, Michelle. You have other family? Grandparents? Aunts or uncle?
call Aunt Helen, but she lives in Bakersfield, and
Call her. We're gonna get someone down here from Juvenile Hall to talk to you in the meantime.
We ought to get some uniforms down here, clean up, take care of the kid.
I think his name is Fred. I read about him in the paper.
Galloway, Homicide Division, badge number 564.
Go ahead, Detective Unit.
Did we get Ray Pinker and a technical services team to the house at 130 North Bonnie Bray Street? Send someone down from Juvenile Hall to look after a young lady.
Roger, 11K.
I'll be honest.
Inform Detective Phelps that the coroner has a report waiting. Police morgue downtown when he's available.
Got it, KGPL.
I'm surprised, you know. I didn't make the husband for it.
Always make the husband, Phelps. 9 times out of 10, it's the closest person to the Vic who does the deed. God knows I've wanted some lives in my day.
Lex parsimoniae.
What?
The law of parsimony. Occam's razor. The simplest explanation is most likely the correct one.
You know, you could have said that without getting all liturgical on me.
I'll try to dumb things down from now on.
Appreciate it. And try this one on for size. Rusty's razor.
How's that go?
You blame the guy that's banging her.
Ah, of course. The famous Lex ignoramus.
Closes cases, Cole. Puts a lot of people away, that one.
So you're saying maybe they were took her there, took her to the crime scene, but why? Yeah, she was killed in the parking lot there. But thingy, but put placed somewhere else, so the school wouldn't report. They thought nobody would find it.
Whoa, if someone reports this...
Oh, someone reports us, I'm sending you over the driver.
Saturday's the spring unveiling, Emmy. It's the first season since fabric rationing's over. We have to go.
I told you I can't Saturday.
I'm busy. Busy where? You're going on another drive with Baby Gardner, aren't you?
So what if I am?
Go, Phelps. I'll take the car and see if I can cut him off.
If you rode my bike, I'll ram along with it.
You've got to be kidding. We're driving this?
I've only done that just to unlock the car. Come on. Come on. He's on. Phelps, don't lose him. Cole Phelps, don't lose him. Officer Cole, don't lose him. It's a dead end, No, it's not. Chris, I'm gonna drive out Lauren. He's go down here. See if he keeps running. No, he's going to get to a point where there's a spiky fence that he can't jump. Cool, he can just, do that.
There he is. See him?
Yes, you got promo. You got promo.
That's far enough, freak. You move a muscle and you're a dead man.
Okay, that sounds like that. Is easy.
Car 11K, car 11K, come in.
11K, go ahead.
11K, see the janitor, a green 1946 coupe registered to a Mrs. Hugo Moeller, down in the parking lot adjoining the Belmont High School and playing fields. 11K, code 2.
I'll go back there as well.
What's your name?
Who's asking?
We can do this the easy way or the hard way.
Name's Eli Rooney.
You've been in trouble with the law before, Eli?
Son.
What are you doing around here?
I like to keep an eye on the children.
Strictly paternal, is it, Eli?
Don't sass me, boy.
A woman was abducted here last night, Eli, and murdered.
And I would love to make you for that, you low-key motherfucker.
Well, I wouldn't know nothing about that. A woman, you say? I like them a little younger than that.
Turn out your pockets, Eli.
Now, why would I do that?
Because I'm about to break your fucking skull, Eli.
You're under arrest, Eli. You are in very deep trouble. Get some backup down here, Rusty. We need to get this one downtown and into a cell.
I'll tell them we...
What time did you see the person park the car?
Late last night, after school social, maybe 1 a.m. We've been keeping a good eye out lately. We've had problems with the child molester.
Eli Rooney. We've met him.
Filthy son of a bitch. He was here yesterday before the dance.
Was it him you saw park the car?
I don't know, sir. I'd like to say yes, but the truth is it was pretty dark.
Would you say Rooney is violent?
Yes, sir. I would say so, yes.
Thanks for your help.
Right, guys, let's get in this nice car. Ooh, fancy, snazzy. Snazzy. I'm sitting going through the parking lot, seeing what cars are well not unlocked. I'm going to keep this car. Again, loser.
Can you drive to this one? You know the way. You can drive. You're behind the wheel. You drive. I need to go over the case notes. You can drive.
Sweet, let's go. And we can get a little nice ride to Central Station. That public electric, if you're allowed to drive one, then I'll ride for the house. Please see you turn into a bad guy. Do that, it's going to be so good. You know, driving a bit in the fancy car.
I'm just praying the prince comes through fucking there.
the interview.
Or even his print. And he still confessed.
Say, do you guys need me to stick around much longer? Is interview taken? Yeah, okay. Don't joke around. Were you there to tell us what the hell is going on?
Where's the interview room?
Has anyone seen my pen?
I'll see a pen in your throat. For a sake, you don't shush. What is this?
You were smoking a cigarette.
I'm telling you, it'll
Shut
never
up.
stick and we'll get worse.
You going to release me now? No, sorry.
I can go back here, but I don't know. So interview.
Are there nabbers without dirty in this city anymore?
Almost like took a week to go now deep.
So interview.
I want to make diamonds. You know you made it.
Where's the interview rooms? Where's the interview rooms? Interview room 3. It's got to be around here.
Mason, wait a wee minute, son. I'm up to my eyes in it. Are you alright? I don't know what to do that kind of program.
After like 5 minutes of research, it's in a waiting list. What waiting? What?
You need me to sign some papers or something? You know anything about this mess? This is full on here.
To interview someone in the station? I don't know what.
I mean, you know you made it if you got that letter.
This ain't a bus
Please, where's he?
That bum took a swipe at me. I put him down with my sack.
They wanted me back at Central.
That's the guy from the paper. Found that big case.
Not here.
I'm telling you, it'll never stick. You'll get hurt. Is interview 2 free? Or no place to take a magazine for an RV?
Interview 2, interview 2, interview 2. One, two.
Where's a phone? It doesn't matter. We're not in the city anymore. Yeah, okay.
They want me out.
I'm gonna put him down alone.
Let's go just America, please. Oh! I should double tackle you right now.
Can you drive to this one?
Right. Then there's a police car, so can't go in the back of it. I swear, see if you're out shoot your partner and you're allowed to get a bottle for your head, for a head. I don't know what I'll go them doing my partner. Shove the bottle up his nose. It's the last place. They'll beat him up with that bad and stick
Phelps, Rusty, thanks for coming.
Can you blood type the shoes that we bagged and see if they're a match?
Sure. It'll all be in the report, but I'm assuming you want the details now?
Please. Cause of death is strangulation?
Correct. Take a look at the samples on the bench.
Must be a fun one. So is this?
What are the normal uses for that kind of rope?
On boats, mooring lines.
Correct. Although Ray says that they're sometimes used as bell ropes in churches.
So are we looking for a sailor or a minister?
Well, in my experience, sailors seem to have the greater libido.
Was Mrs. Muller criminally attacked?
No external or internal traces of semen.
Thanks, Mal. Anything else comes up, you let us know. The shoe prints?
Size 8s. Very similar to the impressions from the Henry case.
Now, who do we remember got caught in bloody size 8s? I think we have our bird. Not exactly the happiest of places, the coroner's office.
Carruthers is a good man, professional, diligent. If you're working with a pro, it's easy to overlook the grim realities of a place like that.
Funny job, that, the coroner's.
How so?
You don't want them enjoying their work too much. The wrong kind of man can get awfully lonely rattling around a joint full of corpses.
Rusty, that's like something out of the pulps.
You've been reading the same ones as me?
I thought you were usually too drunk to get through a magazine.
If I close one eye and squint, you can just about make out the print. Just go easy, Phelps. What's your beef with this guy, Phelps?
I want to help me and not regular dumb sledge. What's it on doors or something? Boss! Oh guys, you know what? Drive these buses, I swear I'm gonna kill whoever made this game. Just not gonna kill them. I love them. Oh, you're not allowed to drive the Los Angeles. No, you usually just kick it in, you know what I mean? Like, if that was allowed to be off this house or album, I'd get a Bulgari and I'd go up and steal it. I'm gonna kill my officer. I'm gonna kill him. Listen to you, right, see, you're not doing a case yet. You've done the case. No case if you have her yet. And at the end of the game, there's some side missions you can be a part of. Knock them down. I need a pole.
Great. How are we gonna look getting around in this thing, Cole?
We just stole a car. What do you want me to do to you?
Not exactly the happiest of places, the coroner's office.
Carruthers is a good man, professional, diligent. If you're working with a pro, it's easy to overlook the grim realities of a place like that.
Funny job, the coroner's.
How so?
You don't want them enjoying their work too much. The wrong kind of man can get awfully lonely rattling around a joint full of corpses.
Rusty, that's like something out of the pulps.
You've been reading the same ones as me?
I thought you were usually...
Shut up, you fat mayonnaise strap. For sick. Take the ambulance if you want, you fat
if I close one eye and squint, you can just about make out the print. Jesus, Phelps, you're terrorizing these poor slubs.
You know the way. You can drive. You drive. I need to go over the case notes. You can drive. You drive. I need to go over the case notes. You can drive. You know the way. You can drive.
Oh my god, wait, there's a radio dispatch there. Might be easy. Might be easy, yeah.
Cole, come on!
I will get a bullet.
You're behind the wheel. You know the way. You can drive. You drive. I need to go over the case notes.
I did not. I thought you were driving, Chrissy.
You can drive. You're behind the wheel.
Just ask him, Mommy Ugly. So, it's okay now. If I'm allowed to climb up these ladders, I will take it. No, hit me in buttons. I've investigated the area now. See the locations of nothing. Try and find the park and watch some more things today. Okay, so I'm probably got to talk to him.
Hey, you guys from Homicide? Right here.
This is the car?
Yes, sir, Detective.
Have you looked it over?
Superficially. I was told to wait for you guys.
Thanks. We'll take it from here. The overalls are stenciled HM. Muller is a mechanic. I wonder what Eli does for a living. Blood and skin samples. We better get Ray Pinker out here.
It's from a Chrysler. Could be important.
Phone that and someone else takes my job. Should have normal teachers. walking home from school. I'm just doing the play. On someone in my class was my
Cole Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
I need interrogation set up at Central for both suspects being held in the Mahler homicide case.
Certainly, Detective. I'll get in touch with the watch commander.
Thanks for your help.
No, I'm to Central. So you can drive. I'm not driving.
You can drive. You're behind the wheel. You know the way. You can drive.
I said you know the way.
You're behind the wheel.
I say we make Rooney for this. I think we should lay it on him. He was near the...
You can drive. You can drive. You can drive. You drive. I need to go over the case notes. Can you drive to this one? Even if he didn't do it?
Who cares whether he did it? You have kids, Phelps? He needs to be taken permanently out of harm's way.
And we let Mueller slide?
For a while. He gets a free pass for now.
Yeah, I'm thinking of moving up to a 45. I'm going to put a zone here anyway.
You better not go soft on me in here, Phelps.
We'll work the... Are they ready?
Bowler's in 2 and the pervert's in 1. Get in there and get a conviction.
You really think I'm gonna squeal?
Boys, really come through this time, haven't you?
Captain, we were on our way to interview Eli Rooney.
Yes, Phelps, I know. This particular fiend is an old acquaintance. I have tried to reaffirm his belief in the wrathful and terrible God. Whichever way it goes, I'll be dealing personally.
Where's a phone?
You look like you've had it rough.
You see me asking for your sympathy, boy?
What size boot do you wear, Eli?
Kind of like anything I can get my hands on. I'm wearing 11s.
Maybe 5'5", 5'6", tops. And you wear size 11s? I don't think so, Eli.
That might be on the large side. Maybe 10s.
Maybe 8s.
Now that I come to think of it.
Why punish children with your iniquity, Eli?
You think I was never punished?
You must know what you're doing is evil.
Well, son, nobody's perfect.
You're down on your luck, Eli.
I had worse. My family ate roadkill during the Dust Bowl.
But you have a job. A parolee has to have a job, correct?
I had me a job down in San Pedro. I'm looking for something new.
This place you worked have a name?
Hennessy Marine. You can't miss the place. Big yellow letters, HM out front.
They give you any workwear, Eli?
Sure. Green coverall. Dang thing was hot. Felt like I was back in the pen wearing it.
You ever tie up any of your victims, Eli?
It's not a nice thing to go calling them.
What would you call them?
I can't say. I learned a long time ago not to go talking about the things I like. Talking about it just seems to get people's damn way.
Answer the goddamn question, Rooney, before I brain you.
See what I mean? Short answer is yes.
You have any preference regarding rope, Eli?
I know a good rope from a bad rope, if that's what you mean. That's not what you mean, is it? Any old rope will do me fine.
Mrs. Muller was strangled with a triple braid. Give me something, Eli.
I like braid, but I didn't rope that woman. You're not hanging this one on me, partner.
You killed Mrs. Muller and stole her jewelry.
That ain't so. I ain't done nothing like that.
You have no job and nowhere to live by the smell of things. And you need money. You've been in trouble before, Eli. Who do you think a jury will believe?
I've been in trouble for other things, but I ain't never killed no one. I saw that car coming to the parking lot late last night. Man got changed there and put his coveralls in the trunk. I saw him drop the butterfly in the lamplight and he strolled out, cool as you like. And I went over and I picked it up.
Eli Rooney, I'm charging you with the first-degree murder of Deirdre Muller.
You want to put me back in the stir that badly, boy? You go ahead and try. I'll beat that rap. I ain't a killer.
Fellas, Galloway, congratulations are at hand. Drink, boys? I think you'll receive a commendation for this one, gentlemen. In the meantime, I'll speak to the DA about expediting the passage of the case. We need swift and merciless justice for Deirdre.
Two regular army. Lieutenant! Belt, we've been over this. That sniper barely missed you back on the beach. Until the mission is over, there'll be no more saluting or signs of rank.
I'm in charge here, Medier!
Do you wish to interrogate the prisoners?
No, they're beat. Why they look so sullen?
Wondering why we haven't killed them yet. There's no greater shame than being taken prisoner.
Yeah, this golden boy, I just seem to know what he's doing.
あなた方の会社と名前を名乗ってください。第44大部隊所属兵だ。キッシュマン、何様だと思ってるんだ。
See that, boys? He slapped that Jap right upside the head.
It was merely to remind him of his place. His shame was the tone of voice that he used with a superior. I respect the Japanese, Corporal.
Respect, we're here to kill the sons of bitches.
You know why we're fighting the Japanese, Private?
With respect, sir, these bastards attacked Pearl Harbor.
And why did they attack Pearl, Private?
Because they hate the US of A and our way of life.
They attacked the US because we cut off their oil. What would we do if another country denied us the gas to run our cars?
Ah, Phelps. I was just discussing with Finbar here how well you were doing. Have a seat.
Yeah, it's my real name. You can just forget all about it.
You boys have a new case. A poor Hispanic woman murdered near City Hall and left lying naked in an alleyway.
Another naked woman, sir?
Yes. We seem to have had quite a run of them since the Dahlia fiends first struck.
Phelps is politely trying to hint that he thinks the Mendez case is hokey.
Well, young Phelps, you win some and you lose some in police work.
You're happy with the Muller case, sir?
Over the moon, boys! The DA couldn't be more pleased with the evidence, the witness, and the lack of an alibi. Now, get out there and catch me near the scene.
Any Central Unit, Car 16 Adam reports a possible jumper at 8th and Hope. The Methodist Church unit to handle code 2 identified.
You have the address?
It's the alley off Elisa. Between Los Angeles and Alameda.
You're kidding. The next one will be opposite Central Station.
Count yourself lucky, Phelps. Most guys would kill to land a case so close to their desk.
Yeah. It means they can pop in to hit the office supply of hooch whenever they need it.
You know, that ain't a bad idea. That is not a bad idea at all, Phelps.
You're laughing at it, please.
Gently.
Any Central Unit, Car 16 Adam reports a possible jumper at 8th and Hope. The Methodist Church unit.
Plunge.
I'll do it! So help me God, I'll jump!
You need to get up there. Let me do the talking, detective. I know a ton of this psychology stuff. You take the back alley and find a way up.
Come on, Phelps, let's get moving.
You jumping? Make sure you warn me before you do.
I will! Wait, what?
You think this thing can hold you, Rusty?
I'll bring you down with me, Phelps. Come on, then, Lightfoot.
No offense, but I don't want you splashed on my shoes.
Are you crazy? What are you trying to do?
I remember my first jumper. Could have soaked him up with a sponge. I still can't eat spaghetti sauce.
This what you wanted?
I can't do it. I'll come quietly, I need some help. Please. You gotta get me some help.
You're a danger to yourself and to others.
If that was the mission, I swear, someone.
Officer needs help, 103 ND.
into an armored truck. You just barge into it and then you can flash a sniper.
Get out of the way! There's a madman on the loose!
Get out of the way, there's a madman on the loose!
You know, putting a siren on might remove the element of surprise from your hit and runs. Watch where you're driving, you maniac!
There's a maniac. Guys, if I fall, I'm gonna do that, so I'm fucking just